Whoa! Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is DC's daily show where we believe ads are not bad. They're good. Ignorance is expensive and the American dream is alive and well on the internet today. It is Monday, July 13th, 2026 in the year of our Lord. We're coming to you live and in living color from a beautiful yet mysterious and undisclosed location hidden in the hills of Austin, Texas. We're brought to you by Slash, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, Tie, Trend Track, Rich Panel Intelligence, Northbeam, Zaguno, Postscript, and Rocked After Sale. And we got a jam-packed show for you today. Apple is suing OpenAI, and there was a bit of a billionaire row going forth on the internet this weekend. What does this mean for consumer? Are there implications to be had for all of our various privacies and information that nobody really likes to give away? State of the consumer from McKinsey. Interesting statistics here that we are going to get into. Disney Plus is recreating cable from first principles, and the World Cup is selling blades of grass as one should. Ryan Beltran, founder of Original Grain, is going to be with us. Abdu, Shodmonov, co-founder of Primal Queen. Colin, McGuire, CEO of Glimmr. Methinks he's got some interesting news for us today. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, get inside this show. Are you here? Are you alive? You are here. You are.
I like to hold the pose. I like to hold it.
You held the pose, and it was dramatic.
Yeah.
I have to say we had a little trouble with the stream and getting things kicked off on Twitter. I don't know if we are live and if we are there. Are we, Producer Jack? Is it up?
We're
live now. We are live. That's encouraging. Yeah, it was not like, we had to enable it through Restream. Yeah, we had a few technical complications. We are going to have a guest host with us here at the front. Is he here and among us, Producer Jack? Is he with us? Is he alive and well? Oh, he is. He is here. Okay, Producer Jack, you have to go and change the title and make it like I sent you. Before we do that, let us welcome inside the show the one and only Chase Mohseni of CreativeOS. Get inside of here, Chase. Get in here.
Let's go. We're in the dungeon again.
We're in the dungeon. We're in the dungeon. Go. Is our video any better today? Is it while we're in the dungeon?
Yeah, we are locked and loaded.
We're locked and loaded. We're locked and loaded. We're definitely in the dungeon.
We're in the dungeon.
No, Jack, you got to change it. You got to take it down and put it up again. Sorry. You got to. Sorry. Got to make it right. Got to have it the right way. Sorry, Jack. All right. Moving forward here. Gentlemen, Apple is suing OpenAI.
Oof.
Apple is suing OpenAI, and come to find out, it seems that Elon actually warned that something bad may take place through this partnership. All of this came out over the weekend. This first article comes to us by way of TechCrunch. Apple sues OpenAI over alleged trade secret theft. Apple filed a lawsuit Friday against OpenAI over allegations of trade secret theft and breach of contract. iPhone maker alleges that this misconduct, which it says reveals a pattern of theft from OpenAI employees who previously worked at Apple, was directed by OpenAI's senior leadership, including Chief Hardware Officer Tang Tan. Lawsuit, which was filed in the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of California, accuses Tan of using Apple's confidential project code names during OpenAI's recruiting process, asking job candidates to bring in Apple hardware components to their interviews. Kind of crazy. Coaching departing Apple employees on how to evade the company's security procedures, and asking for details about the company's unannounced products. Before joining OpenAI, Tan had 24 years at Apple, most recently as VP of Product Design for the iPhone and Apple Watch. I think if I could have this guy a part of my company, I would want him a part of my company, especially if I'm getting into the consumer hardware game. Yep. Accusations come at a time when OpenAI is rumored to be developing its first hardware product, which would likely compete with the iPhone. Before we get more details here, first blush reaction, Colin Doherty, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, this is the big boys are fighting. The big boys are fighting. The guys with all of the money are deciding to fight each other, and this will not end well because both sides have extremely expensive lawyers and honestly teams of lawyers that just push paperwork back and forth to each other that cost hundreds of $1,000s just to do that. $100,000 new piece of paperwork to you, $100,000 new piece of paperwork back to me. I mean, this is gonna get a mess. This is gonna get very expensive very quickly the longer this drags out. And there could be some validity to this lawsuit from Apple. So that's not a good look for OpenAI.
Not a good look from OpenAI. Chase Mohseni, your thoughts on this? I mean, if I were OpenAI, I would want this guy on my team. But all of these happenings here doesn't make it look good for them trying to develop a competing product in order to get in on the hardware game and develop what could be the next iPhone of whatever generation of products coming forth.
I mean, one of the big kind of strategies of all of these big companies is using lawyers to company's ability to compete with them. And so Apple, I never say it has an endless amount of money, but essentially like could stretch this out for 30 years. And it's not a big deal as long as they can wrap OpenAI in some sort of litigation. And so this is honestly, it's bad for consumers, but it's bad for OpenAI trying to expand their product set. This is for sure has validity, by the way. You don't steal like a company's all of their engineers if you're not trying to do something and take some sort of kind of institutional knowledge and put it into your product. They brought Johnny Ive over. They brought this VP of product over. They're handling or bringing in other engineers. So it's a pretty I wouldn't say like open secret. I think this was always going to happen in this situation. It just is like, how much can OpenAI fight this and get what they want out of it? So I'm not really worried about Apple in this situation. They're doing exactly what they want to. Frankly, we have to figure out who their attorneys are, because we got to send them a bottle of champagne and say, congratulations on the lawsuit. You guys are all going to get incredible bonuses this year. So like that's who's winning in this situation is the law firms.
That's exactly it. It's so true.
I think Apple is actually winning in this situation as well. The longer they can slow down someone who might have the ability to compete with them on the quality of hardware, the better for them. Because iPhone is their premium product.
Well, what complicates this thing is that Apple and OpenAI got in bed for just use ChatGPT. It's going to be easy. Siri never worked. That was rough. Just use ChatGPT in all of your products and everything is going to be fine. Elon talked about this not long ago. Producer Jack, bring up this tweet. This is from NS123ABC, who surfaced this. Elon said this was in 2024. Okay, so this was a good bit back. He said it's patently absurd that Apple isn't smart enough to make their own AI, yet is somehow capable of ensuring that OpenAI will protect your security and privacy. Apple has no clue what's actually going on once they hand your data over to OpenAI. They're selling you down the river. It's crazy that Elon not just like called the shot, but kind of called, he did call it in a different form. A couple of years back and said, hey, this is going to be a problem. And it's awkward now. It's awkward that Apple has been using chat and all of their things, and now they are suing one another. And it does bring to mind, if it's true, OpenAI has been stealing Apple's secrets, then you have to wonder, like, what are they doing with our information? I don't know if that is compelling for consumers en masse. I kind of think like all of my information is known by everybody at this point. 100%. Is kind of what I assume. But do you think that this becomes a point of issue? What OpenAI has been doing with our information in the midst of this whole lawsuit? Does this become compelling? Does this become relevant, Colin Doherty?
I think this turns into a branding issue for OpenAI. So now you have this issue directly with Apple, and then kind of on top of that, if you're deep within the tech lore, Dario left OpenAI to start Anthropic because of quote unquote like ethical differences that he had with Sam Altman and the founding team. And so you have that. Now you have this kind of kerfuffle with Tim Cook and Apple, and now you have on top of that Elon pushing and basically being like, I don't agree with Apple at all. I don't agree with OpenAI. And so now you have this framing of most people inside of tech are framing Sam Altman as a less than ethical person to deal with, quote unquote.
And, Elon would call him Scam Altman. This is literally what he calls him.
Yeah.
What he calls him here. Chase, do you have any thoughts on this?
Where there's smoke, there's fire. I think, again, like, this is for Sam Altman and the team going into getting ready to IPO. This is the worst possible thing that could happen.
True.
And so the question is just how willing are they to make this go away? Right. So, like, if they're going out and they're going to public markets, because at this point they're so bloated, they're burning so much, like, I don't think they're able to even raise private rounds anymore. And, like, let me not say that that's not possible, but, like, it's like you've seen some of these private things that, like, your friends say, hey, you want to get in on this Anthropic round? And it's like the valuations are, I mean, essentially, like, you're getting negative pennies for the money that you're putting in on these things. And so I think they're going to try to make it go away as fast as possible. But, like, Apple can just completely, I don't say run them into the ground. They're too big. They've got too much money invested at this point, but can make it really painful for them. And I think the point about the data privacy thing, it's less that people don't know that this is happening. It's more that it's not out in the open all the time. So, like, think about how much it taxed Meta to go through all of that, like, litigation. If this stuff comes out, Apple pushes this, the government then will get involved. And then Sam Altman will be in front of committees. And this is like a 5-year, 7-year kind of issue that becomes, like, very challenging. And remember, Meta had already gone public. So this was not like a pre-IPO kind of issue. So I think they're in a rock and a hard place right now, for sure.
That is a rock and a hard place.
Totally agree.
And especially if they release said hardware, hopefully it makes their ad product better over at OpenAI. I kind of hope. I hope that their ad product becomes better and better and winsome for e-commerce companies, consumer companies across the globe to use in a profitable way. I do hope that. But if all of this process continues to cook, they IPO, all of the things, and then Sam gets dragged into a multi-year appear before Congress. What have you been doing with consumers' information? Could be not so good. Elon tweeted this as well. This happened over the weekend. So, Scam Altman,
brutal,
good at scamming. Okay, and then Elon quote tweeted that. Whoever put that out, he says he takes scamming to a whole new level. And then Sam responded. And said, homeboy, you are the one. Bring us to our next one, producer Jack. Sam responded, homeboy, you're the one selling public market investors on short-term space data centers, is what Sam had to say. Elon commented below that, we start flying them next year. Maybe you can come see them if your parole officer.
Brutal.
This is brutal. This is just like being in the frat having beers and like the guys all talking shit to each other, but it's on Twitter and they all have they're all in the tres or cuatro comas club. You know?
It's so funny to me. It's so funny to me that the richest man in the world is, like, tweeting with beef. I love that. He's just like, yeah, I'm the richest man in the entire world, but, like, I can still tweet some shots at people and be like, say whatever. It's, like, actually hilarious.
That has a significant amount of wealth is petty as fuck. Every insanely rich person that I know is like, they get like this rocket fuel from shit like this. So, he was sitting there probably vibrating like, oh God, I want to win so bad. I'm going to kill him, Yeah. He's the greatest troll on the earth.
Don't give Elon Musk rocket fuel, because
he
may just go to Mars with it. Moving forward. I'm going to give myself a point for that one. Moving forward, gentlemen, let us talk about Rich Panel as we move to our stories of the day. Your CX team is buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money, refunds, order tracking, subscription cancellations. Ladies and gentlemen, Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache, automates 70 to 80% of interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has got you on the rest end to end. If you're paying humans $2 to $10 per ticket, You need to see what 30 cents feels like. Ridge did this, cut their cost per ticket by 70%, save $500,000 for the year. Migration takes less than 2 weeks, and your CSAT score is going up. 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days guaranteed, or your money back. Go to richpanel.com, book your demo today. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part of the show. Now, McKinsey put out a state of the consumer last week. And I thought this would just be too good of an opportunity to surface some of these highlights, stats, etc., and quote and question both you, Chase, and Colin Doherty, and see who has their finger on the pulse of what is happening inside consumer a little more. A few highlights here. Number one, talked about the shift of AI becoming part of the shopping journey, much more so with Gen Z than the boomers right now. Social media now the top discovery channel for Gen Z across the journey, even though social is still getting some, don't really trust it so much anymore. Still, the by far best way people are discovering products. I particularly wanted to ask you, gentlemen, and don't show the numbers here, Producer Jack, because I want to quiz our illustrious hosts here. Wellness getting bigger and more specialized. Gentlemen, what would you guess percentage of the Gen Z population is using wearables or fitness trackers? What would you guess? Chase Mohseni, we'll start with you. Percentage-wise.
65%.
65%. Colin Doherty, you?
I'd say 80%.
You know, this one goes to, let's see, how do we do this? Because if you go over, that's the boo-boo, right? Is if you go over. If we were on the prices,
no, we're going
right?
closest.
Bob Barker me. Come on.
We'll give it closest. We'll give it closest. We'll give it closest here. 75% of Gen Z is wearing a wearable or fitness tracker. Same question for millennials. Start with you, Colin, this time. What percentage of millennials using wearables or fitness trackers?
Oh, 55.
Chase Mohseni?
65. We'll just stay right.
Wise of you, Chase. 73% of millennials are using, and I felt like totally left out.
This is not okay to tie. Tying is, it's not soccer. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll give you one more.
Okay.
Boomers. What percentage of boomers are using wearables or fitness trackers? Chase, we'll start with you here again.
47.
47, Colin.
The issue is it's such an easy, good Christmas gift for your boomer parents.
I know.
That I might juice this up to like 63.
32%.
Oh,
32% of boomers.
Come on.
So we'll give the overall to Chase.
Whoa, he just hit me with the discount double check.
Yeah.
As you deserve. You deserve the discount double check here. I was blown away by what large percentage of Gen Z and millennials especially are wearing wearables. I don't wear any, and I'm in the minority. I'm like the one of four. Colin, do you wear one? You got some kind of wearable?
I got rid of my Whoop.
See, I'm old school here. How many do you have, Chase? Do you have multiple
I
wearables?
just have this. I actually got rid of my Whoop because it was like a negative feedback loop. I'd wake up with my sleep score and be like, dude, fuck. So I actually don't wear this to sleep. I just track it so that I'm staying on top of moving during the day. And then I like to track the amount of sunlight I'm getting on a daily basis. So like those are the two things I actually care about. But I have found I get angry, not with this, because I think because it has so much more utility than just the Whoop, but the Whoop specifically, I'd wake up in the morning and I would just be angry that I didn't sleep better. And then it would just be like, I'd be competitive with myself. And then I'd be stressing myself out for the next bedtime. Like, did I read enough of a book so that I sleep well? Did I take my magnesium glycinate before I'm going to bed? So I think one thing just to call out with Gen Z specifically is like this generation is Gen Z. And they like, because of COVID and some of the things that they went through during that generation, like they're much more health conscious. They're also, they're like, as crazy as it sounds, more chronically online. We are looking for to remove this. They actually they haven't, all of them gotten into some millennial when they were in shape. So like conscious about doing kind of outdoors versus like, hey, let's go to Vegas. I mean, I think you guys have probably seen some of the stats on younger people going to Vegas. Like those numbers have tanked, right? Like you go into those casinos and like there are no young people going to clubs.
No.
Like the old days, like the Entourage days. So it's very interesting, and I'm not surprised by that number.
Well, I am surprised. I'm surprised particularly for millennials. Maybe just because I've been out of the loop and have never worn them. But the reason why I will continue not to wear fitness trackers and wearables is the point that you bring up, Chase. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to feel bad about myself, my score, my whatever. Like I just want to wake up, like slam some caffeine, tell myself this is an awesome day to do awesome things, and then just grind and move forward. Some additional, this was a big point. I think the biggest point of the report was how wellness is getting bigger and more specialized. Households using GLP-1 medications, which we know there's a ton, or like 1 in 5, 1 in 4 adults using GLP-1s inside of America. I won't give my read on this number as of yet. Let's just have one more here. Colin, we'll start with you. Households using GLP-1 medications, how much do they reduce the actual grocery spending on a monthly basis? What percentage using GLP-1s?
I'd probably say 32%.
Chase Mohseni?
17%.
6%. Only 6%. Only 6%. So people are buying like just about as much groceries.
You know what they're doing? They're going to Aldi and getting the surprise boxes.
That's what I must be what they're doing. They're going to Aldi and they're getting the protein surprise boxes. Yeah. And then on the back of this, usually in 6 months, apparently they get off of them and grocery spending rises back the 6% that they lost. I find this interesting. Wellness, just no longer just fitness. It's sleep, it's stress, it's gut health, it's women's health, it's healthy aging. And the maximalist optimizers are driving over 40% of that spend. So there is a small segment that is driving the vast majority of this. There's a great tweet on this. Producer Jack, I'd love you to bring up this tweet by Ismail Diaby, who did a great I would say summary of this. Can you scroll down here, Jack, or no? You can't scroll here. I think everybody should go and look at this, get the report, scroll through Ismail's summary of what is going on here. Other main things, being resourceful has become a point of pride. People are using their products longer, and experiences are winning. People are paying for fewer like luxury goods, and they're taking luxury trips much more. But there's a number of things in here. I think everybody should go and find his tweet and find the report and dig into it a little more. Moving forward, Disney Plus is now recreating cable from first principles here, gentlemen. This is especially relevant inside of the CTV world. This report comes to us by way of TechCrunch. Disney Plus is considering a free streaming tier, report says. Disney Plus is considering making some of its streaming library available only to watch for free, according to a report from Business Insider. Chief Product and Tech Officer Adam Smith discussed the possibility of offering a free tier content during a town hall on Thursday. Report says it's unknown which shows or movies would be included or when the streaming platform would consider launching the offering. Rollout of free content would allow Disney Plus to better compete with free services like YouTube and Tubi, which has become a favorite of mine, which are capturing a growing share of consumers' viewing time. Streaming giants continue to raise prices. Consumers have been turning to ad-supported services. According to data from Nielsen, free streaming services represented 18.7% of U.S. television watch time in April 2026, rising from 16% the year before and 12% the year before that. Colin Doherty, do you find this a winsome strategy for Disney Plus? Do you think they eat up more watch time simply by offering it for free with ads, etc.? They're going to gain more of the pie. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I love this play to push them against YouTube directly. And this also gets in that net new user pretty easily. So I think this is a great play for them because it's such an easy sign up for parents to grab and then be like, okay, awesome. We're going to get some Disney shows. That takes away pretty significantly from YouTube and some kind of like YouTube channel options. They also, on the back of this, are going to be getting some ad revenue in the form of this free plan. And so you have some ad revenue coming into the business directly. I really like this move. It's very hard to compete with YouTube, and it is one of the most popular streaming services, period, bar none. It is just so dominant. And I think this is kind of a great little, like, kind of hip check to YouTube to see if they can come back with something else for the end consumer.
I wonder, like there's only so many eyeballs.
Like
there's only so many eyeballs, and there's already a slew of content that we all cannot keep up with.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders, like, is there a good future? Is there a better and a bigger and brighter future as one would want? If you're working inside of these services and companies, even you offer a free tier, like, are you going to continue to eat up market share forever? I mean, I feel like we're reaching maximum eyeball viewage already for a lot of these services. Chase Mohseni?
First, time is a flat circle, right? Like, hey, we're gonna create a streaming service so you don't have to deal with all of this stuff. Now we're gonna go back and essentially make the fucking Disney Channel.
Yeah, that's right. Recreate the Disney Channel.
So I think this is kind of one of those. Look, we understand that this is a good business. We can revenue coming in. We also understand ad supported, which worked forever, still works, but now we can curate it. So like you can curate your library based on what we're offering you, and we have the deepest library of IP that we own. So I think they have an actual advantage here over everyone else, where YouTube is distributing other people's content and has to help monetize those people. Tubi has to go and pay licensing fees with the ad revenue, so the margins aren't as great. Disney can like give better ad placements to people for cheaper because they own their entire library. So they're not dealing with the IP issues that some of these other places are dealing with. So I think they have a good opportunity there. In terms of your question about eyeballs, with kids, like there's a certain amount of your kids can watch what they want, and then eventually like, dude, you're not watching that anymore. Right? Yeah. Especially when I get to on YouTube, certain points where I'm like, YouTube kids are watching. My guys, we have reached kind of maximum YouTube quality content capacity in the Mohseni household. We are switching to Disney now. Yeah. So I think there is a certain amount of our parents are going to be able to drive this a little bit more, and they're going to bet on the nostalgia of all of the parents who grew up watching Disney to push their kids into this free plan. So I think there's a good opportunity for them. But yeah, you guys were talking to, I think, Zach Stuck last week, and he was talking about like you have to build out horizontally with products to increase TAM. This is just what these people are doing now. They know essentially they're not going to go deeper. Content is content. They just got to kind of say, hey, we got a new ad supported product. We got this, we've got that. Can we just grab more people at the edges and bring them in and then pull them into the paid product? So I think it's a good strategy, but like it's essentially just them running the playbook just with more technology than they had beforehand.
Yeah. Wow. I like this move. I like this move for Disney because of the points that you both here mentioned. I also think they do have like a unique library that a lot of whoever's not paying for Disney Plus right now, they're going to want that. I also like it for us. I like it for advertisers. I thoroughly believe time is a flat circle. And, we've all been dumping so many billions of dollars into our various social feeds, Meta particularly, over the past decade. CTV and linear TV is now like becoming a truly desirable opportunity that for a lot of our brands, they're like I mean, advertising on TV, you're looking at like 3 to sometimes 5 times cheaper for getting on the biggest screen in the house. I know it's like not as easier to click, not as easy to, linearly track, like, hey, this person watched here. But with the available technology now, you can amalgamate together. You can map together, hey, this household saw this, came to my website, etc. Universal ads, North Beam, all of the things. I'm like bullish as ever on TV. And I think like as things continue to circle back around here on the flat circle of time, advertising on the biggest screen in the house, I think is going to be a huge opportunity for e-com brands specifically as costs rise on the phone. And marketers and performance marketers do what they do. They find the larger opportunity. How can I get more impressions, more eyeballs, targeted content, exactly who I want to reach, in what zip codes, etc., and get my name and my product in there. I specifically love this for e-com, and I love what is going on. So I'm interested. I'm bullish. I have not seen what you brought up, Chase Mohseni. I was in
this room, like an investor day at a venture conference like a year and a half ago, and they were pitching this thing called Telly. It's actually from one of the guys who founded Tubi. And so you get a free TV, and then they have an advertisements bar that is on the bottom built in, and people can just buy the advertisements.
Stop.
Essentially, like, you get a free TV that is, and the TV is incredible, that is subsidized by all the advertisers that are going.
Crazy.
Whoa.
At the bottom,
there's an advertising bar, so they give you a free TV?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's Gosh, Chris, you love this. It's a 55-inch 4K TV.
It's a 55-inch TV?
4K.
Wow.
Dude, you wanted a new TV, right?
I did want. I was going to buy one this weekend, and I did not.
You should get this and then make content about it.
I should.
Just find their affiliate link.
That's fascinating. This is
crazy.
I'm bullish as ever. I'm bullish as ever on TV. I mean, I'm open to pushback on that, but because of like the rates and where things are in the advertising sphere that we operate in, I'm as bullish as ever on TV. And I like the bringing forth products like this. Like, why don't you just let me give you a free TV and I'll bake in my products at the bottom all of the time? I think that's uber smart.
I mean, think about the price of what TVs are now. Like, you can get a 70-inch for like $800. Like, it's it doesn't make sense not to kind of invest in this kind of thing, because essentially parts all of that stuff together. You're not like, that's CAC, right? So you say, okay, CAC to do this, and like it'll essentially cross, and then you have the actual data that's going on directly in the household, because you're not connecting CTV. Like, your literal house is the connected device. Oh wow, I love it too. Yeah, we're here. So I'm pretty bullish on products like this, and I think TVs. We'll see how this kind of stuff works. Like, how it will work with kids and their, like, the younger generation, beyond, and their mobile devices. But yeah, I think TV is going to make a comeback.
We shall see. It will be very interesting to watch, and I'm very bullish on this, especially in 2027. Last story of the day here, gentlemen. The World Cup is selling blades of grass, and this may just be the best last chance upsell of a lifetime when one cannot afford $10,000 tickets. This from Polymarket, just in FIFA, is selling pieces of grass from World Cup Stadium for $450 each, giving fans who couldn't afford tickets an opportunity to experience the game. This got 1 million views. I hope it comes in awesome packaging. Hard to say. Does it actually come from the field? Don't know. But I would guess there's going to be a lot of people that take this up, especially from the winning team. Chase, you like this offer?
I mean, people were buying jarred farts, dude. Of course, people. I feel like I think the question is just, I want to know who came up with this at FIFA.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, yeah, dude, we should sell grass, man. Like, we can just sell the grass. But yeah, why not? I like people. It's the same thing as like people go to the beaches at Normandy and jar the sand, right? People come and
They do.
They bring rocks back from when they travel. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Like nostalgia matters. Like the Padres went to the World Series in '98. I went. I have all my tickets from that whole playoff run, even though we got smoked by the Yanks. Like I have all that stuff. I have a bunch of old memorabilia from the old days. I buy like these books are from like 1940, right? Like when Winston Churchill first wrote. We want to hold on to history and nostalgia. So if you couldn't go or you went and you want to have something more memorable than just like a jersey or something, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I agree. Colin Doherty, your thoughts on this?
I like it. I don't think they went far enough. I want them to sell the nets in the goals. I want them to sell the goals themselves. I want them to sell the balls that are being used for each match.
Yes.
I want them to sell the players' jerseys that are worn. I want them to sell used water bottles for each player. I need to know this was given to Messi to help. Yeah. I want the towels being sold. Yeah. I want every piece that is involved in that experience you can sell. And it's not that hard. Those are relatively small items, except for maybe the goals themselves. But you can sell all this stuff, and it's a part of such a world-changing, once in a lifetime, iconic status, like symbol and event that you could totally sell, and everyone would be fine with it. And they probably sell out.
This is kind of the most iconic World Cup since the South Africa Vuvuzela one. Remember?
Yeah, great one.
Like it's that was incredible. The 2010 one, and it's been 16 years. Like this is the first one where it's like this was a out and out success, right? Like that one was great, but then the rest of them since then have been like, okay, these are fine. Especially the last one was atrocious, except for the finals game. And this one, like, there's been just amazing reviews for the entire thing. So I agree with you. Sell everything. And I mean, you're telling me someone wouldn't pay $100,000 to put the goal in their man cave?
Yeah, they would.
Like,
oh my gosh,
someone's doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just do it. And then how much content comes out of like the people who are buying all of the stuff? It just like it's such a great flywheel for FIFA to get people excited for the next one, which I think the next one is in Spain, Portugal, Morocco in 2030.
Oh. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I like this take. Didn't go far enough. Like this is a great start. Sell everything else and make it turn it into a live show. I mean, make more content about it afterward. Who's buying what's going next? Make it a whole live experience and milk this cow. I mean, this thing has got a lot of cash left in it. Like, why not go further and go big? That's a great point. More upsell to be had. Chase, we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. What should we be on the lookout for with CreativeOS coming out?
Launches coming out in the next month. Check out our newsletter, creativeos.beehive.com. We just launched some managed services, so if you need help with creative intelligence and building creative or management of anything like that, just hit me up, chase@creativeos.com. Excited to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much.
You're the man, brother. Appreciate you making the time to join us. We have the one and only Ryan Beltran, founder of Original Grain, coming inside of this show. Before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Sati, your affiliate program. It's been running for a while, and it looks fine. It looks fine on paper. Commissions going out, sales going in, but you probably got a nagging feeling that there's more going on inside of that thing than your spreadsheet says. That feeling exists because every platform is built around one thing, and that's last click. Whoever gets the last click gets the commission. That's the entire logic. It oversimplifies affiliates as a channel, and it makes it look a lot less powerful than it really is. Sati is the first affiliate platform built on multi-touch attribution, cookieless, Shopify native, surfaces who introduced your customer, who nurtured them along the way, who closed the sale. You're no longer just looking at a flat list of commission payouts. You have a map of how your affiliate channel moves people through a buying decision. Go to mysati.io/champion/ecom-cowboy. Get 20% off your plan, full migration support, onboarding setup, meet with the Sati team monthly. Go work with them now. Get affiliates figured out. Many thanks for Sati being part of the show. Now, we have Ryan Beltran coming inside of this show, maker of incredible watches, scaler of brands. I think that he has a kind of an interesting story here. I have heard that he got started and moved to China after college. I have heard that. I don't know if that's the case. We have to confirm with him. Now, maker of luxurious watches that men all over the interwebs are buying, and their ladies are buying for them. We must welcome them inside of the show. Everybody, welcome Ryan Beltran of Original Grain. Get in here, Ryan.
Let's go.
Get inside this show.
What's up, boys? How's it going?
Welcome to the show, brother. We appreciate you making the time to join us.
Of course. I'm stoked to be here. Yeah, this is awesome.
Ryan, you've got to back up the truck and give us some color on how you got into consumer, how you ended up making watches and selling them on the internet. I have heard that you moved to China after college. Is that the case?
Yes, sir. Yeah, 2011. So I'm starting to date myself a little bit. Been in the game a long time. Before it was an acronym, I was starting to sell watches on the interwebs. But started in China, figured it out, found a product, and threw it up on Kickstarter, actually. So we were like an OG, no pun intended. Yeah. So
I mean, what does that look like being over there navigating the language?
Yeah.
I mean, fill this out for us a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was in Guangzhou. So and this is kind of pre even Shenzhen doing its thing. I'm sure anyone in the game is familiar because I'm sure most 95% of people are probably making their products in Shenzhen.
Yeah.
Guangzhou is a couple hours north of there, and it was an interesting time because there was not, it was still it felt like early days of China. I mean, it wasn't the 80s or 90s when you I don't think you could even get into the country, but
yeah.
But it was crazy. Yeah, I learned a little bit of Mandarin. Spent 3 years there, and then came back stateside, and of course built the brand. So yeah,
let's go.
Incredible,
Ryan, casually making yourself the most interesting man in the world. Could you talk a little bit more about this Kickstarter and how you guys kind of went through this? Because I'm pretty sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you raised close to basically $500,000 through Kickstarter, which is bananas.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of the longer you're in the game, the more you realize that there's always an element of I don't want to call it luck, but just an element of being right place, right time.
Yeah.
And we were early, and I've always been a big first mover guy. Whether it's a new marketing channel or what have you, I think that was our big the thing that helped us early on was that we jumped on the bandwagon of crowdfunding. People were like, "What is this? You mean you get to just pre-order this product and help these people bring their crazy idea to life?" And I think people just resonated with that. And we were doing something different, right? At the time, nobody really was using materials, definitely not wood, in watches. It was just a novel idea. We've since grown, and we're starting to use stone and carbon fiber and meteorite and all these cool materials. But initially, it's just how do we take wood, put them in watches? That's cool. And people thought it was clearly, and we raised $500,000, and we're like, oh shit, I guess we're in business, boys. Let's go.
Let's go. That's amazing.
Well, the materials has always stuck out to me.
Yeah.
As I became aware of you guys and just,
Sure.
started watching what you're doing. You got the Kentucky bourbon barrels. You got something with Yankee Stadium seats or something like this. I mean, tell me about this, because I have my background. I know, and I'm sure there are some marketing magicians out there who can just make anything grow and anything scale. But I'm also a firm believer that the best marketers have the best products, and in direct to consumer especially. doing something unique behooves you. I mean, it is worthwhile if I can find a new angle inside of my category to just do something interesting that nobody else is doing, or maybe they're not doing in a certain way. So, I mean, double click on these materials for me. I've always found it a big advantage for you, is my guess.
Yeah, and the watch category, it's like the grass isn't always greener. Like, I've been through these cycles as an entrepreneur, right? Where I'm like, man, like I wish if only I had subscription and LTV and repeat rate, because we don't, right? Like, we're selling these watches, and how many watches do you need on a yearly basis, let alone definitely not on a monthly basis. So so hey, hence why we're here. We're getting it. We have sunglasses.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
What else can we sell? You get this lamp. I'll sell you anything else to get that repeat up. But put a little wood in the Apple mouse. I don't care. Just get this LTV up. No. To answer your question, that's what we're doing right now, though, is like, how, now that we have this large base, how do we start to sell them some other products that are, not necessarily in the watch category? And I was always that founder, I call it founderitis, right? Where I'm like, we're a watch company and we only sell watches. And if you look back, like, it's hard not to compare yourself to Rolex and Omega. And it's like, well, that's not our customer, number one. Yeah. Some of our customers do wear Omegas and Rolexes and Tissot's and Casios and all that stuff, right? But we are definitely selling like a very cool, novel, giftable product at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
And as marketers, you have to zero in on that. And, your ego gets in the way over, you start to think like, well, and so, yes, the materials has been the differentiating factor from day one. And now kind of starting, how can we insert that into other categories as sort of our growth lever as we look to the future?
I like that.
OG lamps coming soon to a Shopify store near you. Could you talk to me a little bit about, I mean, your collaborations and partnerships are iconic because it is like, it's the who's who. It's Ford, Jack Daniels, Budweiser, Bob Marley. You guys have done incredible, iconic partnerships where I think that's any brand's dream. How are you putting these together? Because these are like, I would consider these the S tier of partnerships that brands like need to try to emulate.
Yeah, it's kind of like we started to think about how do we build like the Mount Rushmore of like American icons, like because we were like and it goes all the way back. We did our first one with the Yankees, and that was like, holy shit, like people still talk about that. Yeah, it's the Yankees. It carries so much weight, and it was cool. Like, I have one of the watches over in the closet, but it's we only made 2,000 units. They were made with the old chairs, and what happened is it just kind of snowballed, and then all these other entities started reaching out and said, well, if you can do that with the Yankees, then you should be able to do that with us. And we did like what was our first? We did Buffalo Trace, and then we got into which Buffalo Trace was still probably one of my favorites. I shouldn't say that. But,
it's a great,
Brown Foreman,
it's a great
Jack
drink.
Daniels is, I love me some BT,
It's a great drink. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It's like, I'm a little pappy here and there. It's like, but it's like, come on. But I mean, I'm an Eagle Rare guy, probably more than anything. But anyway, sorry, I digress. Jack Daniels, 800-pound gorilla has just crushed for us because it's Jack Daniels, even more so than BT, and it's just, there's a lot of Jack Daniels fans. I mean, they get that shit tattooed on them, right? And so, and so who else is out there? It's like, Ford, like very American, Airstream, Remington, Realtree, we just did Budweiser, their 150th. Yeah, it's just like, it's just America, it's done well for us. So, yeah.
I mean, is there anybody else left on your wish list, Ryan? I mean, I feel like you've already acquired all of the, all the Infinity Stones there.
I know. We're actually thinking about, this is like a new thing that we're talking about internally. It's like maybe do we take a little break, and start, building out these categories. And so, I think it's at Sean over at Ridge Wallet has talked a lot about that on Twitter. Just, how do you, the alpha is not in the ad account. It's in the new categories and being able to sell people other items. And we're probably even a little late, if I'm being honest, to started building that out, but we've got a whole roadmap, and they'll start hitting the market in Q4, and then just for the next 2 years, just a bunch of at bats and see what hits. So
yeah, I mean, it's a great example. They've expanded, and their wedding rings are now like the third most selling wedding ring in the United States, which is like kind of bananas because it wasn't their core product when they first started this thing. And so there's so much more out there to chomp up for you guys where you could play in any type of field you wanted to.
I like these. I like these sunglasses, boy. I'm looking at these sunglasses, man. These are sharp. I mean, this is a very like basic, foundational, important point. In some ways, your LTV is like baked in with what you have to offer people. Like how many times can they come back and gift, like what else is in my assortment that people can, oh, hey, he liked that. Let me go get him something else from there that's slightly different, but I know he likes this brand, and it's quasi baked in.
You've got trust. Now, how do you leverage that? It's like other products. And it's like you mentioned it. How did you say that? It's like the best brands have the best products, or I like
the best marketers have the best products. It's like the best coaches have the best athletes.
And so if you can build that trust, and like we try and look at like Q4, it's about half our revenue, and trying to pull that down a little bit if possible, just because we are pretty seasonal in that way. So anyway, these are those things that can help us raise those lows. So
that's smart, man.
But
go ahead, Colin.
I was gonna say, Chris, you go ahead.
Well, I'm interested, like how you feel about the whole wearables industry, Brian, because there's I mean, we were just looking at this state of consumer with McKinsey. Now, I never wear no tracking wearables. What? Maybe I'm part of the few statistically. But man, how do you feel about all of these, the Apple Watch and the Whoops and all of these people coming in and playing in, part of your game here with rings and watches, and like, how do you see that in general?
I mean, like the Whoops and the Aura rings and all these guys. I mean, I get, I don't know. There's part of me that's like, I'm not really a user, but there's part of me that wants to be. Because I'm like, oh man, like I would like to know. I mean, I've heard the drawbacks of like the sleep score, right? And you wake up and you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have a bad day because I just, and my sleep score's down. And it's like, that can't be. Anyway, but I do think like, I mean, we were in the market in 2015. We launched 2013, so we were like, we weren't really in the market to like midway through 2014, like selling with inventory. And Apple Watch dropped, right, 2015, and we were like.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
$300, same price point, with
crazy.
The world on your wrist for $300, or something that you don't even fucking, sorry, I know we're live, but you don't even look at. Okay. I don't know if you guys are cool or not with that, but it's cool. Like it's the Ecomm Cowboy show. We can get a little, we can do.
Let's go, baby.
We're a little cowboy around here.
That's right.
As I sit in my, I just moved to Miami, so I can't even say shit any right now. So,
all right. Well,
I'm airing myself out. I don't care anymore.
You're in the deep. You are in the deepest of the deepest of South. I mean, you can't get much farther south than Miami. That had to be crazy for that to launch at the exact same time. But
we thought it was over, and we're like, oh man, like these guys are good, and it did have an impact. I mean, you could read the reports back from then. They had a significant impact on like Fossil. I think that's when Fossil just did that. It's still kind of,
yeah.
Wow, like Michael Kors, that whole era, like for women, like that whole thing was over. It was just like,
I feel like for you guys and I feel like there's a certain segment of the society, and I am it, that is like, I don't want to know, like, get the tech away from me. Like I get too many notifications already.
100%.
I don't want to know who's texting me on my wrist. Like I don't want internet access on my wrist. I don't want to know what you think of my sleep score. Like I had 1, 2, or a few last night, and I don't want to look at it. I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going. I feel like this is
when I wake up how I
grow.
feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do think it's continuing to grow. I mean, it kind of is what it is. I just think that like our whole shtick has always been like the sentimentality of it, the story, the giftable nature, you know, just leaning into those things, the analog over digital. Like we have some ads that talk about that, right? And you know, even for us, like with our Realtree stuff, like we don't even really market it as, hey, wear this on the hunt. Wear this as a commemorative piece that you can wear on date night, you know, or you can wear it whatever, you know. But this isn't necessary. This isn't your G-Shock, right? You know, if you So
yeah, absolutely.
I love the fact that you brought up analog, because that has been a buzz the last basically 2 months, where Gen Z is pushing back very aggressively into analog formats, because they're basically over-indexed by all the social media formats. And so they are like, I don't want this stuff anymore. I want to analog everything. I want to use a phone like that I push buttons on. I want to, you know, see my friends in restaurants. I don't want to use my phone there. Like these types of things. It's an incredible time for you guys to just like absolutely crush that.
And I do think it's an opportunity. Our demographic skews, like I would say it's 30, 35-year-old males, you know, up to 60. Like it's probably a core demographic. I do think there's an opportunity for us to tap into the Gen Z through that lens right there of just, you know, positioning it for them. And we're at a price point that's not crazy, you know, $200-$300. It's like it's a really nice entry level for, you know, your first watch or your second watch. You know, you're just kind of getting into it. So, yeah. And we've been doing a little bit on TikTok. We're doing lives. We're doing a little bit of TikTok Shop affiliate. So yeah, I think it's good awareness. You know, and now you look at the stat. Everyone thinks it's just young kids on TikTok, but like I think it's now actually more non-Gen Z.
It's getting older and older. It gets older and older every day. The brain rot is too delightful. It's just the drip of dopamine is just too good.
It's too good.
I can say from experience. I mean, I've like, you start scrolling and then you look up and it's like, man, where did those 2 hours go? I don't know. I don't even know what I watched. I just know that it was hilarious. And now the time is gone. I mean, it's just too good. I am bullish. I am bullish on TikTok Live, TikTok auctions. Like I feel like there is a very real opportunity there that resellers are definitely taking advantage of. But I think that there's something there for brands to crack
for sure
and scale. You feel the same way?
Yes. Yeah. 100. I was actually at the TikTok. I just relocated from New York, and when I went to their office in New York, in Manhattan, and they were basically like the higher ups were like, it's in the auctions. That's what we're pushing right now, because they're trying to kill Whatnot is what's happening. Whatnot has come in. Yeah. I heard like this bike dance CEO was like, kind of thing. We're like we got to squash, you know? And so I just, what I'm hearing, and I saw some of the metrics. I mean, things I probably shouldn't have seen, but I saw from other brands that I was like, okay, through auctions, live auctions, where it's kind of a logistical son of a gun, but you know, because you got to like one off it, right? You can't just hold stock. It's a weird thing, but anyway, I mean, I'm talking like 60K sessions, 70K sessions.
It's wild.
You know, in like a couple hours. Yeah, pretty good.
That's bananas.
We had one guy on here, Ryan. His name is Braden Flack. Yep. And he resells, he's got a connect over at Built Bar, and he like resells Built Bars. That's what he does. Okay. And he packages them up, and he's got this way of gamifying this whole thing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He got 500,000 likes on a single session.
So
500,000 likes, because he's like,
crazy.
I mean, give me some more likes, and then I'm going to release this bundle, and then we're going to do a giveaway. And then we're gonna, you know,
he's like, cracked.
There's
pretty
alpha.
smart.
There's alpha there for brands who are like paying for eyeballs all the time. Like if you can get a guy in there like that and gamify that whole thing, there's like eyeballs to be had, you know, just
TikTok loves, that's their whole thing, is to gamify. Like even for brands, right? You can only send it to X amount of affiliates if you you know what I mean? If you only send so many samples, and you know what I mean? They even gamify that aspect of it, right? And it's like, so, but they're the masters of that. But anyway, I feel, you know, right now it's like, you know, 50,000 a month, 60,000 a month is about what we do on live, which I'm like, it's like not like super interesting, but it's like, but we get a shit ton of impressions. And so I'm like, well,
exactly.
What's that worth? Right. What's that worth? You know?
Yeah, exactly. What's that worth? And you can like bake that in. You can back that into a number, you know, like let's say you're just running TikTok ads and what's your average CPM, and like, you know, you can back into that, which you can start to off in Q4.
I mean, we got $100,000 corporate order from someone who saw us on live. She was like,
seriously,
I saw you on live. Yeah. And we're like, well, that just paid for, you know, the year.
Whoa,
man. And, you know,
wild.
And she told us, she reached out, just saw you on live. I've got this thing coming up. We actually just did it. It was in California, and she bought like $100,000 worth of watches. And we were like, okay, like, you know, it was like, you know, and just like, so there's, I don't know, that gets into a whole other thing, you know, but got to be everywhere. Wild. Impressions matter, wild. You know?
Well, I think this is I mean, I think this is part of like one of the principles that you first mentioned. You're a big first mover guy, and there's opportunity, there's arbitrage to be had.
There is
being a first mover. If I'm not wrong here, I think that you are a user of Aftercell as well, which is Aftercell's friend of the show. Is that the case, Ryan?
So I know Varun pretty well, but yes, it's Aftercell is awesome. I think they have the best UI in particular, from an upsell perspective. So that's where I've always given them their flowers throughout over all the years. I just think that they have the slickest, you know, easiest for both the brand and the customer when they're seeing it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Wow. Worthwhile to take every advantage as they come and find more dollars for the bottom line. Ryan, man, what's coming up rest of the year that we should be on the lookout for? Is there anything else in your back pocket you're excited about before we get you out of here?
I mean, with us, so I'm excited about wholesale for us because we haven't really done a lot of wholesale. And I think, you know I'm talking about all these new categories, which we do. We have pocket knives coming out in Q4, just our first silhouette, just one. This is a 3D printed one. They're not going to be lime green, by the way. But we like literally 3D printed this. This is plastic.
That's crazy.
That's so smart. That's so smart.
How wild is that? So cool.
It's wild. It's wild. Yeah. That's like prototyping. You're like making your own prototype. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Wow. So we'll just print these. It's got hinges. It's got like the full. I mean, the slide lock doesn't work because it's can't work. But yeah, I have an 18-month-old daughter. She walks in here and grabs it every day, and I'm like, should I be teaching her this young to play with weapons? You know, but she, you know,
or it's a good thing.
Hilarious.
It's hilarious. Get her, just keep her away from the boys later, you know?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Train them up early.
Yeah, wholesale new products. Those are the things I'm most excited about for sure.
That's incredible, man. Incredible. Well, brother, we appreciate you making the time.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Us, and we look forward to watching all this stuff roll out. I'm going to be looking for you now on TikTok live auction, all the things. I expect you there, sweaty face, 60K sessions, We'll see. We'll see.
Let's go.
We appreciate you, brother. Look forward to having you back, man.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
He's great. Incredible, man.
Wow.
Great story, too.
Crazy story.
Making it happen from China, like early days, Kickstarter, all of the things. And, he's a first mover.
If you don't think you need to be doing TikTok lives, I don't know if that, I don't know what else to tell you after that. 100K wholesale order, private order that came from, I saw you on a TikTok live.
Impressions, man.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. He said they're doing like 60K per month on their lives. And it's like, yeah, it's great. But, is it the biggest thing ever? No. But those impressions, you can do the math. And when they lead to $100,000 corporate order,
that's no joke.
Worth it. Yeah. At the end of the day, coming inside of the show, we have Abdu Shodmonov, co-founder of Primal Queen, helping women everywhere on the internet take in all of the primal beef organs that they should have, and helping their health go up and to the right as they do. Before Abdu comes inside of this show, let us talk about Intelligems and universal ads. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the next big idea that you have that could change your business? Is it a price change? Is it adding subscriptions? Maybe do bundle strategy? Discovering and testing these high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligems exists. AI powered testing platform helps you find the changes worth making. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Go to intelligems.io/audit. Okay. Just a few minutes. You're going to have 3 ideas that you can test today. AI powered audit, totally free. Intelligems.io/audit. Make it happen. Many thanks for Intelligems being part of the show. Universal ads, ladies and gentlemen, if your growth is plateauing on search and social, it is time to rethink TV. Universal ads makes it simple for D2C brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual mystery of getting involved with television. Get access to both premium streaming and linear inventory, both in the same place. There's no hidden markups or fees, which has been a big problem with CTV in the past. 100% of your spend is going to the actual media. Campaign setup and management feels just like search and social and be up and running in minutes. It's TV design that delivers for performance marketers. Go to universalads.com. Use the code UACowboy. Get $1,500 in matched ad credits. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of the show. Now, we have Abdu Shodmonov coming inside of the show. I recently became aware of Primal Coin. Just in the past, gosh, I want to say 8 months. I did not know of them. Before then, they are absolutely crushing. Okay. No. And I will say, there's not like a ton of brands that I like draw inspiration from specifically, but Primal Queen is one that I learned from. Their landing pages specifically. Sorry, Abdu, if I'm giving away the sauce here. I think everybody needs to go and look at Primal Queen's landing pages and get a little sauce for what they should be doing, getting people into a supplement product that actually helps them. We must bring him inside of the show. Everybody, welcome Abdu, co-founder of Primal Queen. Get in here, Abdu. Get inside the show. Let's go.
What's up, boys?
Abdu, appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate you guys. How are you?
Man, I'm even better now that you are here, brother. We got to get a little story from you, man. As I understand it, this is not your first foray into beef organs, selling them on the internet, et cetera. I mean, tell us like how you got started into e-commerce, et cetera, man.
Well, I got into e-commerce in high school, like 2017, 18, drop shipping. That's how I got started. Well, I started flipping shoes first on eBay, and then I realized, well, it was the shoes first, and then I started doing retail arbitrage, basically like taking listings from Walmart and Target or like other websites that were big and taking them and relisting them on eBay at like double the price. And I would do that all day long. So, and
that worked. That worked, Abdu.
Because I was just waiting for one product to sell, and I would have like 2-3 eBay accounts on my parents' names because I wasn't even 18, because they would limit you listings on daily basis, so that there was a cap. So 100 listings on this one, 100 listings on this one, all week long. I would just be listing it, and then based on the views, because it could tell you based on what is getting more views, and then I would start deleting the bottom performance and wait for orders to come in. So if an order came in, I'd go to Walmart.com, type their address, and ship it through there. And I didn't even know I was doing drop shipping, the concept of it, until I started YouTube recommendations and Lambos and videos. Then I was like, oh, you could do that on Shopify. That's when I got into it.
That's crazy, man. It's like, it's wild to me. Like, number one, this is an incredible story. Like, one would think, like, when you first hear that, I would think like, why would somebody like buy for double the price on eBay? But there's arbitrage everywhere. That's the point. And like you're just like young and hungry kids.
Customers are like older, right? Like they're from 2000s. They I was born in 2000. Like they were on the internet shopping at 2000s, and eBay was one of the first leaders. So they trust eBay, even if they would never trust Walmart, your own website, nowhere. So it doesn't matter if the price is doubled. They're not price shopping. They're just looking at eBay listings and comparing it based on other eBay listings.
True.
So, and I would just basically do that all day long, but there was always a cap. I was just waiting for a sale to come in. right? Like my job was like just relisting it, but then I'm just waiting for a sale. It would happen. I would get 1 or 2 sales a day throughout the day, but I just wanted more. Like I was like, okay, how do I get more and more? And I knew that eBay wasn't the thing. Then I got introduced to Shopify, and I was like, okay, so the traffic is the problem. I'm the one who's bottlenecking by the eBay's customers only. So let me just do my own website and try to sell my product. Then I just took that capital that I had and started drop shipping. So, and then fast forward 28, like 19, after a year of drop shipping, year and a half, I realized that, okay, I wanted to build something long-term that would last to build it to sell at some point. Because I was just, pumping and dumping drop shipping stores, right? Like based on seasonalities. Like I would have a lot of Instagram shout out pages. If you guys remember back in the day, there was like a rose beer. That was one of the first products that I brought into the market, because I had a bunch of friends who owned these Instagram pages, meme pages, and it would go crazy. Like free plus shipping offer would, like, that would be the best offer ever. Like free rose beer, and then it's like $14.99 for shipping, and the cost is like $5 from China to ship. So you have like $10 margin, and you're paying one time on an Instagram page, and it would be crazy. But then I realized, I was like, okay, like there's nothing, like these customers will never come back because the shipping takes 4 weeks. So then I started looking into like, okay, I want to build something long term that I can sell. And then in 2020, when COVID happened, I was trying different products. And one of the first products before my first supplement brand was bidets. When everybody was fighting over toilet paper, and I was like, bro, I'm from Middle East. we wash our ass. We wash it. So I'm like, why are the people like fighting over toilet paper in the store markets? So I'm like, let me sell a bidet. So I started, I launched a bidet company. And the first time, so in our house, we had 4 toilets. I ordered 4 different bidets to test for a month to see which one was good. So I would like go take a shit in different bathroom every other day. Just to test it out. This is a real story, and I've documented it in my YouTube video, like back when I used to do the YouTube videos.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
I flooded my parents' bathroom because we had plastic PVC pipes. It was so rusted because I was doing the installation myself. So it was I turned it too hard because it was so rusted, and I broke the whole thing. But the main water was not shut off, so that cost me like $20,000 in repairs afterwards.
That's rough. That's rough, anyway, man.
That business, when I launched it, the CPAs were amazing. Like I was selling a $60 product at like $15 CAC, and then I wanted to order more, so I didn't want to drop ship it no more. I drop shipped it the first like few hundred units to test the market that, hey, I could sell this. So then I ordered the remaining units. But then by the time that they were ready to ship to me, 90% of the shipments got halted because of the COVID. So out of nowhere, the shipping prices went 10x based on what was quoted to me when I placed the order. So now I have like 1,000 units of bidets in China. They're telling me this is the price to ship it, and the cost coming up to me like $40 landed here. After everything, so I was like, hell no, I cannot take that. So I had to do a sea shipment, but that took like 4 months to arrive. Yeah, it takes pretty much that business went to bust like very quickly. But during that time, while I was waiting for that, everybody else was paying attention to their health and the COVID, and I started understanding and getting into supplement world, and that's when I launched my first brand, Organics Nature, and selling CMOS. So that was the first start of, before CMOS was even a popular thing. That's when I started CMOS brand, Organics Nature, which I ran it for 4 or 5 years, and I sold it last year. But that was my first start into supplements.
Crazy, man. Crazy. And then, I mean, it sounds like getting the toilets tied up and getting to the bidets tied up in China was like probably one of the best things that ever happened to you.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Could you talk to us too? Because then you shifted into Primal Queen. I mean, how do you call that bet? How do you make that decision to go into basically an all-female audience? How do you talk to that customer?
So while running Organics Nature, I met Chucky, which is my partner, co-founder, Primal Queen. And so we met at a mastermind, and we just became super close. At the time, he was running his own brand. which was Club Early Bird. It was like a coffee replacement. I was running Organics Nature, and every week we would just hop on a call and chit chat, just sharing what's working, what's not working, and share resources. So we came super close, and we were like, okay, we should launch a brand at some point. And it was always in the back of our minds, but it was never forced type of idea or relationship. But so for a couple of years we were just chit chatting, and then one day we were all together, with a few of our buddies, and we just had this. At the time, Liver King was really popping, and he was getting all the views, and we saw that there was so much demand that he was driving for beef organs, but all the beef organ supplement brands at the time was just masculine, black bottle design, simple plastic. It was just like no woman would ever want to buy it. But I'm from Middle East. I know that I grew up eating beef liver, like cooked, not the raw. Cooked beef liver, and it's very nutritious. It's pound for pound, like highest nutrients compared to any other whole food. So we're like, okay, if he's getting all the male audiences with all these benefits that he's claiming at the time, like we were estimating that he was doing $100 million a year total with few brands combined. So we're like, okay, we could just do the same thing and basically just speak to women, because there's nobody speaking to women. There's no one educating women. So it was one of those things where we're like, okay, nobody's really selling, but does that mean product doesn't work? Or like, not that that product doesn't work, it's just there's no market for it. Yeah. And so there was no market for beef organs for women. And so we kind of just created that lane, and we just put all of our bets into it. And we were like, okay, let us take our time with this and see what we can come up with, because this idea took about 14 months to come to selling, right? Like we had the idea in 2022, and it was like, it took shit, because during those 15 months, we dug deep into every single part of what you see today in Primal Queen. Like the landing page you said, 70% of that landing page was built during that 15 months. Every single design, every single copy, because we would hop on a call like this, and we would break down every single section like multiple times. We would come back 2 weeks later and go over it again. Maybe we were in a different mindset. So, and then that's how we built every single section, every single, like the free that you see now popular, everybody has free, but our free gifts were intense. I don't know if I froze.
You did. You froze for a second. Just scroll back.
Though. You're back.
Scroll back. Just scroll back 10 seconds, Abdu. You're back with us. Oh, man, we may have lost.
Okay. But anyway, so during that 14 months, what we took the learning lessons from previous brands were like, okay, first it has to be subscription, because when we were looking at our cohorts of our previous brands, on all both of our subscription lists had 3 times more LTV than our one-time buyers. So that's one thing we knew from the beginning, that there's no way we're gonna sell one-time purchase from now. It has to be subscription, but how do we make it white hat, right? Like everybody's trying to hide the button. We don't hide it. We say it's a subscription right in your face. But we do the education and before that, so that before you even reach the buy box, you're already in the mentality of like, hey, this is not a one-time fix. This is a product I need to take for a long time. So the subscription totally makes sense. So that's how we the idea came about.
I love that.
Abdu, talk to me about you and Chucky, 2 guys, like getting into the female psychology and making like an incredible winsome subscription product for females. I mean, what's the research look like? I mean, I totally believe you that you guys took 15 months to like make this thing ready to go and hit it on the head. But I mean, describe to me like the process, like how'd you get into the mind of the female buyer and create an awesome product?
When we started, like obviously we had Chucky's wife Shelby, which she's she's also part of the team and one of the original co-founders, and she played a good role early on because we relied on her, right, or her feedback, like, hey, what because I don't understand obviously like all the things about women. Like I barely knew what perimenopause was at the time, it's like I had to research myself to understand who my audience are. I had to teach everything, like all these things, but obviously we had Shelby, which helped us tons because she would help us navigate like, hey, what a woman lacking, what is the nutrients, what is that, and all these different things, and she helped us navigate.
That's awesome, man.
I think it's also true. You just landed in like 900 Target stores. Can you talk to us a little bit about that and how you kind of rolled out retail?
Yeah, I wish that we had rolled out into retail much earlier, because the deal with it came about out of nowhere. That with a few retailers, and we had shipped our products to them just for testing. They were just like, hey, we just like to take it and touch the car, whatever. And they just had the product in their background in their office, just like you guys had. So when they had a meeting with Target buyers, the Target buyer noticed that Primal was in there, and they were like, oh, we know that brand. You guys represent them? They were like, yeah. We didn't really had an official, but they were like, yes. And that's how the meeting came about. And it was just one of those quick things where we had to decide and get it going ASAP, because we never actually planned for retail, because me or my partner, we never had retail experience. And that's one of the things that I really wish we had focused earlier on, that would have helped us, translate all these online sales and awareness and views that we're generating. There's a lot of that people that would go in retail, and that's just incremental revenue that we missed out on for a long time. But yeah, that came out, and now we're in the we're like really nailing in and bigger retail launches with other retailers.
Wow.
Well, that's exciting, man. That's exciting. And Abdu, I guess I'm just impressed by you and Chucky's all the things that you're in. I know, like Chucky's got this like shirt thing going on.
Yeah.
I think you've got this other thing called Minerals, like MEN. Is that right? Am I getting that right? Like you guys are like, we got Primal Queen over here. Chucky's got the shirt thing. You've got like another form of supplement thing, like with Minerals, which I think is a great name, by the way. I mean, tell me about like your aspirations. Like you guys just keep like finding more things to scale up, and I guess you just attach team to that, and you take the same fundamentals that you keep learning from and building on, and keep running them out there. Is that the case?
Yeah, similar. We don't mix up the teams as much. I mean, agencies and contractors, yes, we do, but not like actual like full-time employees.
I see.
We don't mix it. It's just like we're the only ones that would be, into the teams necessarily. Building like it's like separate teams. So Chucky is building that with another partner, Underdog Hemp, which is one of the best shirts ever. And then I'm also building Minerals with a friend of mine, which is the original founder, Chris. So we're building Minerals as well. But yeah, I mean, it's not so much about like, I think what I personally enjoy more is like the beginning stages of a brand, like, building something from zero and like very little revenue to something bigger. Like that's my joy, and building the infrastructure, the systems, the team, bringing the resources to need it to scale. Because a lot of the times where I learned over time is like, you could do 10 different things at any given moment, but 7 of them probably is waste of time or at the wrong time. So like, you need to pick the 3 that fits the timeline of where you at, because a lot of people on Twitter, there's like 100 advice, right? I just scroll for 10 minutes. I see 10 different advices, but 90% of them does not apply to me as a brand. Able to understand which part of your sense at which section, because you could be doing small numbers focusing on retail, and you're just wasting time, because retail velocity is not going to make a difference in your P&L or in your revenue whatsoever. And you're just wasting time, because retail takes a lot of money, financing, and you're better off focusing on just doubling down on your landing page and finding your next winning creative. But at a certain point, you have to realize, when is that shift that you have to make? When it's more of a brand building than more retail. At what point you have to bring the CFO and these different type of things that I think people overlook, which I've learned over time through mistakes.
Abdu, you come to us from Alicia at Aftercell. How are you guys leveraging Aftercell to kind of push Primal Queen to the next level? How are you guys leveraging what they're doing?
Yeah, in terms of upsell, I mean, obviously the best way is like selling more of what already they bought. That's like the
Yeah.
simplest way that will have the highest take rate. Um, so because we're a subscription, you can't do that, right? Because it's like, okay, you already selling me a monthly subscription. What else can you do? And so what we're doing is kind of trying to upgrade them to a quarterly subscription. So like if they bought a monthly, instead we offer right away at the post purchase, like with one click, hey, switch to a quarterly subscription. So on their next renewal, it would turn into a quarterly subscription automatically. So then they would get, so within 31 days, we're kind of hitting 1 and 3 months. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So within 31 days, we're actually charging them for 4 months of product.
I see you, Abdu. I see you, bro.
That's so smart.
That's
so smart.
Smart, man.
That's so smart.
Smart. Yeah, 31 days, you're able to capture 4 months of revenue. That's juicy. That's juicy.
That's sauce.
Yeah, that's sauce. And
that's sauce.
And you're leveraging that kind of like one click, and you're doing that with after sale. That's good. That's good. You know, the subscription game, I legacy wise, I have always just I've worked in apparel. I've forayed into supplements as of late, but the subscription business is new for me. And there's a lot that one can do inside that first 30 days, inside the first 2 weeks on the PDP before people get there. And there's so much to bake in and test and continue to iterate on there to make sure that, you get your money back for whatever that CAC may have cost. That's interesting, Abdu. I mean, I feel like you got a lot of things to pull out of your pocket and sprinkle on us there, brother. That's good, man. I like that. Awesome. Yeah. Well, man, tell me like what's exciting for you, like rest of the year, man. What are you working on, building on, anything? I mean, I'm sure like retail now with Primal Queen, that's juicy, that's exciting. I would expect that's going to go well with Target, and there's only going to be more of that to come. What else is on your slate for the rest of the year that you're pumped about?
Our Target numbers are really good. I mean, we're hitting like $25-$30 per store per week, with 900 stores. And so like in our category, that's like really juicy. Like the minimum is about, I think it's $12. That's like the base that they keep you at in the shelves. So our hero SKU beef organs, they're doing like $25-$30. So I think that's going to be a catalyst to a lot of the bigger retailers for us to get in, because I know a lot of like other, like Kroger, for example, based on what they look at, for example, to see what brands are popping, what's happening there, to be able to kind of bring on brands that with a proven track record. So we're hoping that's the case. We're already in conversations with Walmart and stuff, so it's only going to help us, our case, better, and we're expanding SKU count. And then so expansion of SKU count and stores is basically our focus in the next couple of years.
That's incredible,
man. Incredible.
That's awesome.
Abdu, man, where should everybody find you, follow you? If you're putting any details and advice out on the timeline, we want to be aware, like where should people find you and follow you?
Yeah, well, my Twitter, I shit talk half the time. Half the time you might find something useful.
All right. Let's go. Everybody go find and follow Abdu on Twitter. Brother, we appreciate what you're doing in the supplement space and the sauce that you brought to the show. We're going to be following along and look forward to seeing y'all crush and Target and more. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely. Hey, dude, that Primal Queen bag in the back.
We need a Primal Queen bag. We need a Primal Queen bag in the background. We need one.
Stand out.
It's going to stand out for sure.
We need one.
We got to get one. Maybe like right over here-ish. I feel like a Primal Queen, like right up here. Or maybe if I do my, like maybe right up here, like next to next to our boys, next to Heart and Soil. One of the manly ones. We're gonna get that to you, bro. We're gonna get Primal Queen on the wall of fame.
Let's go
back here on Consumers Daily Show. We appreciate Abdu coming and dropping sauce on the show. Moving forward to our lightning round, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about Proxima AI and Northbeam. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have been advertising for long, you know you know that you want signal from your buyer data. Your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. The problem is you just can't read it yet. Most brands and marketers brief from instinct. What's their best performing ad? Let's change a little bit, hand it off to the creative team. Problem isn't effort. It's that there's no signal coming to you from your actual buyer. Proxima changes this, okay? Reads your conversions across real shoppers, across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands. Shows you exactly who's buying, what else they respond to, and where your advertising account has creative gaps. You connect your Meta, you connect your Shopify. Proxima maps every conversion back to a buyer segment inside the commerce graph, okay? And all of a sudden, you're not just briefing from a blank page anymore. You're briefing from a feed of creative briefs that have been delivered to you. First three briefs free every single month. Go to Proxima.ai, stop the slop, use the data that your competitors don't have. Many thanks for Proxima being part of the show. And Northbeam, if you are in your ads manager all day long, ladies and gentlemen, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that. Your Shopify dash says you made this much, you spent this much. Sometimes it's hard to know which ad platform is telling the truth. Northbeam fixes this with their own proprietary data, starting from the actual purchase, rebuilding the customer journey from real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views, then pushing that measurement back into the ad platform. So they optimize not on what they assume is driving your revenue, but on what is actually driving your revenue. Start measuring what was previously unmeasurable. Go to northbeam.io, book your demo today. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of the show. Lightning round, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like we need a lightning round sound effect. I don't have one right now.
Like
do one of those.
Like a lightning bolt hit. Yeah.
Also, I want a timer. I want a timer like right here-ish on the screen to like start when we're in the lightning round.
Fair.
That producer Jack, I task you. I'm kidding. Yeah, we need to develop that. First of our lightning round here, Shopify, according to Polymarket, Shopify says no more vapes. One cannot sell vapes on a Shopify website. This just in from Polymarket. Shopify orders users to remove vapes from online stores immediately. I actually didn't know that this was a thing. I kind of felt like this has like not been a thing for a long time. Is that fair? I feel like maybe this is like a reiteration of like, hey, remember you can't sell vapes on your website. That's my recollection of how this has played out upon the interwebs with vapes and such. You have any knowledge of this?
Yeah, I would say I'm super for this. I think that vapes are, a net bad for people that are doing them. And obviously you don't want to see a bunch of kids, getting hooked on vaping and being able to order those super easily. But I think that this is a great line in the sand that Shopify has drawn, saying that, hey, we're not going to allow this. We're not really going to support this product that doesn't really align with our values. I'm a big fan of this. I think this is a great move. You can basically sell almost anything on the entire planet on Shopify, except for a couple things, because you probably shouldn't be selling those things.
And one would think, good reason why you can't sell those things. Moving forward, Starbucks spends $400 million a year on software.
Bananas.
Did you know that? Kind of crazy, right? I did not know before until this tweet came up. Producer Jack, bring this up. Yeah, comes from Luke Pierce. Starbucks spends $400 million a year on software. Yesterday, they announced they're moving off IBM and Microsoft to build their own custom systems in-house. Now, this sounds like a little scary to me at first listen. Build your own custom in-house, what? But if you're spending $400 million a year on P&L, like you probably would think about, you would explore building your own thing for $400 million a year. IBM dropped 3% and Salesforce dropped 4% on the news. Luke Pierce goes on here. Honestly, this is unequivocally the biggest signal I've seen since OpenAI and Anthropic launched their consulting arms back in Q1. The largest companies in the world are done paying for software that half fits how they work. We saw this coming about a year ago, moved everything we build off Airtable and low-code tools and went fully custom, already paying off, and it's only going to compound from there. This is the opportunity right now. Get all the company's data into one system, build out a single operating system for the entire business, cut out bad, redundant processes, layer AI on top of it under the correct processes. I would be reluctant to do this, but it costs $400 million a year. I mean, you have to explore it and think about it. Do you think we see more people, going off the historic winners inside of software and building their own custom in-house systems? I mean, Starbucks is a massive business.
Yeah, I think this is a crazy signal too, because I think they could probably build this for a fraction of that price that you're stating, 400 mil. They could probably build and maintain this for a fraction of that price. And also, ideally, please, Starbucks, keep all of the people on to maintain it. Please.
Yeah.
Keep the senior engineers, keep the senior devs on, make sure they're maintaining it. But as a part of that build, they have a fully custom to their business software now. So it's not like, hey, we're trying to make this thing kind of work. We can kind of use like half of it or 75%. No. They're using all 100% of that. And that is fully baked out, custom for what Starbucks wants to do. That's pretty cool. That's a really cool piece of this. And so there is no software waste whatsoever.
Gosh, I mean, I would imagine they can build it for less than 400 mil a year. Maybe I would imagine they could maintain it too, but man, it just seems like such a large undertaking. Definitely not my specialty. Definitely not.
It's going to cost a lot.
My question is like, what is this? Is this like their ordering systems? Is this like what they're doing in restaurant locales? Like, what is this thing? I don't know. But they've been paying IBM and Microsoft a lot for it for many years. It must be very important to their revenue. I mean, right?
Yeah. It's just one dev guy is just going to build this with Fable in a weekend and just like, I've finished it. No,
one shot.
This is going to take a while. Yeah, he's going to one shot this thing. This is going to take a while. This is going to also burn a ton of tokens. But I think in the long run, this is going to save them an absolute boatload of money. So like it's 400 a year. Times 3, you're at 1.2 Bs just on software expenses. Could they build a custom in-house solution that saves them more than $1 billion? Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the math works out so easily in the payback period of like the longer you keep this bloated solution, it's just like it's a nightmare.
Wow. Maybe Microsoft and IBM are going to have to cut the prices. To keep some of their giant businesses.
Hopefully.
Last in our lightning round, Even Realities bets on productivity with camera-free glasses. We have talked about AI tech, new hardware, sunglasses, especially as the new mode of what is the next iPhone that changes consumer behavior. Is it going to be glasses? Zuck definitely thinks it is. Evan over at Snap definitely thinks it is. Interesting what Even Realities has done here. They have specifically focused on bringing glasses to market with no camera on purpose. And I think we should watch some of this video because it's a pretty baller video and how they are doing this. Let me give you a little information up front. Past few years, multiple tech execs have told us that glasses could be the next big interface for consumer hardware. Yet, today's smart glasses rely a lot on phones, even if they have good hardware. Even Reality's G2 smart glasses are in the same boat. They're a premium-looking pair of glasses with neon-style heads-up display you can see in any lighting, but their functionality relies heavily on their connectivity with the phone, which can be unreliable and frustrating. Even Realities takes a different approach to smart glasses than players like Meta. Their devices have a monochrome heads-up display, shows text, information in green, giving it the look of a neon board. But there's no cameras, there's no speakers, and that is by design. Producer Jack, let's watch this video because it's a cool video, number one. Number two, you're going to see how the glasses work. Play this for us, Jack.
Welcome, Michael Bates, serial tech entrepreneur. Let's cut to it. Is AI helping humanity or harming it?
Well, it's helping. It's accelerating science and medicine, boosting productivity.
Let's be honest, as a CEO, it also helps you replace jobs.
It replaces tasks, not people.
That's a slogan, not a fact.
The future isn't something that AI decides. It's something that we do.
You say that like AI's rise is inevitable, like it's gravity, but it's not. It's a choice made by companies like yours. Are you not worried it could wipe us out? Or are you aligned with Arvind Narayan's
Okay, watch
theory
this.
series?
The Ring, okay? Look at it.
I agree with Arvind. I don't think that sci-fi extinction scenarios are the main risk. Job loss is the real concern, but it's solvable. And if we can pull this off, AI won't diminish humanity. It'll amplify it.
Okay.
Wow.
So kind of a baller video, yeah? What do you think of this?
Great video. I mean, honestly, you should have saved that for Ass versus Ad, but yeah,
Good
that's
ass.
a crazy good video. It's very Cluey-esque. It reminds me of Cluey-esque on how they're going to market. I would love to get a pair. How much do they retail for? Did they say how much they retail for?
300 something bucks. 300 something.
$300. Are they available now?
I think they're available. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're available. It's got the ring. So you saw him kind of flip the ring, you know?
Yeah.
So he's just like sitting there and then like a little question, then boop, he's like flips the ring and it like pulls up. This is the case here. But it is distinctly for focusing on productivity, which I know that you appreciate.
Yeah.
There's no speakers, there's no camera. It's just like, hey, I can get my little tech screen green neon board on my eyeballs at all times, regardless of where I am, what I'm doing. Like I can research, like I can get the translation that I need. It's like very kind of 007-ish.
Yeah.
But no cameras, no surveillance. It's just I'm here doing my thing and I'm flipping my ring and I'm 007 while I do it.
Yeah. Just don't tell your wife what this does. And then when you start to get into a fight and you just flip this thing and you're like, make me avoid this fight. And then it's just like, and then it just hits you up with like all of the counter arguments to make. And you're like, cleared that one.
Yeah. Or maybe you missed something in the conversation, you know, and she's like,
Rewind
hey,
it.
are you listening to me right now? You're kind of like,
Sing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Following your line of thinking here
Yeah.
on what you were doubling down on regarding where we shall or shall not eat dinner. And I agree with you, dear. You know, I think there's something to this. This review, the review here, I like wasn't like so positive, but it's got anyway. The Ring has got like built-in health tracking, so it's got like that as like an addendum. The main thing though is it's the glasses that are non-camera equipped. Looks like they cost $600. I was wrong, so it's not 300, 600.
Okay, that's sizable.
Yeah, it's sizable. The writer here says deliver solid hardware in a light, good-looking frame. It's very light on the face. They pulled that out, you know, in contrast to what was happening with the specs from Snap. I find this interesting. I'm not totally sold on, hey, my AI glasses need to have cameras. Like I don't necessarily want that. Like I'm kind of take me analog, you know. Like I don't need to take pictures of people or like record video with my glasses necessarily.
Right.
I'm interested in this approach, especially if it can give me all the functionality on my eyeballs like I want. I'm interested in this.
I want to see a YouTube reviewer dive into this. I want to see a couple YouTube reviewers kind of play around with this and actually do like up close shots, get like the actual functionality, start to do that type of video, like a real long form video from a prominent tech YouTuber who was like doing a 20-minute deep dive before I would drop like $600 on potentially these.
That'd be NKBHD.
Exactly. He'll drop a video on it for sure. Like absolutely.
Maybe Ridge gets into this game. Maybe Sean Frank is cooking up glasses like
That'd be
this
crazy.
that MKBHD can review on his channel.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Ridge rebrands as an AI company and then stock goes through the roof.
Kaboom! IPOs, stock
Yeah.
through the roof. Huh? Maybe that's the play. Maybe
There you
that's
go.
the play. Wrapping up our lightning round, we have the one and only Colin McGuire, CEO of Glimmr, coming to us. I don't know if he is here as of yet. Is he here with us, Producer Jack? Not yet. He is coming. As he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Postscript. Focus is an amazing thing. When one focuses, you get outsized results. And there's only one SMS partner who is endeavoring to make SMS your number one revenue generator as a channel. There's a reason why when people make the switch to Postscript, they see on average a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue. I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being a top 1% account on their entire platform inside of a year. And the secret is I just did what they said. And what they are saying right now is that you are leaving money on the table when your customers text you back. Go get the conversational report, direct-to-consumer.co/the conversation report. You're going to get all of the data on what is happening in this space right now. Postscript's AI shopper can have one-to-one conversations with all of your customers at scale, brand, voice, knowledge appropriate. Nate Lagos was just on this show, turned on AI shopper, made an additional $17K in one day. Go talk with Postscript. Get the conversational data that your business needs and start selling more on SMS. Many thanks for Postscript being part of the show. Now, before Colin comes, maybe we'll just steal one story from our closing time, particularly one I'm very interested. The one and only Jeremiah of No Commerce has recently stepped down. I wanted to read this because I think Jeremiah, number one, is an incredible person. Number two, has done an incredible job with No. And number three, I do wonder what he is on to as next. I wonder. Let us read here from the one and only Jeremiah and get some deets. Jeremiah says, after 6 years of running No Commerce and a year and a half as CEO of Stamped, my time at both businesses has come to an end. What brought me, when I was brought in to build No in 2020, I couldn't have imagined where the journey would lead. We took a prototype to product market fit in just 18 months before joining the tiny ecosystem. Today, No has grown into one of the leaders in our space, powering hundreds of millions of question responses each year for brands representing nearly 30 billion in GMV. Just a few dollars there.
A lot of money.
Last year, Tiny asked me to take over Stamped alongside No. I wanted to answer the question, can I be a professional CEO, not just an entrepreneur? So I said yes. It ended up being the most challenging chapter of my career, one I'm incredibly proud of, especially thankful for the partnership of Sarah Wissel and Kelsey Burdett, and for the resilience of the entire Stamped team. The work you've done speaks for itself, and I can't wait to see what you'll accomplish next. I could go on forever, and in some ways, I probably will on my podcast. But for now, I just want to say thank you. Pearson, thank you for the friendship over the past 12 years and for constantly taking chances on me and giving me opportunities. He goes on to thank many in the WeCommerce and Tiny ecosystem, to the No OGs like Bar Bruhis and many others. And I guess we'll see what happens next. He says, as for me, I don't have any plans. I'm taking the next 5 to 6 weeks to recharge with my family before figuring that out. Your thoughts on this, Colin Doherty?
I mean, an absolute generational run, an incredible operator. He is surely not done. This is not the last chapter of this book, folks, but a very well-deserved sabbatical and vacation for him because he's been building nonstop. And so, yeah, brother, recharge, hang out, go spend time with your family, and then he's going to come back. He's going to build something else. It's going to be pretty sick. We don't know what it is yet. No one knows.
I know, actually. I know.
Oh,
I'm just not telling anybody. No, I don't.
Wow.
That would be cool if I did, though.
That would be cool. That would be a lot cooler if you did. Yeah.
It would be a lot cooler if I did. Jeremiah, when you resurface, we want to have you on the show and talk all about it. Now coming to us by way of the internet somewhere in the Midwest. I don't know if it's Michigan. I don't know if it's Kansas City. I don't know where he's coming to us. But the one and only Colin McGuire, CEO of Glimmr, grower of brands over at Boomin', and now in the knife fight with everybody in the mastige category in the various aisles of Target and more. We must bring him inside of the show. The one and only Colin McGuire. Get in here, Colin.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
You know, Colin, I've been looking forward to having you back here, my friend. Every time I see you, I think about Will Bailey. But I think that there is something that has been happening over on the Glimmr side, maybe some news of sort that you have for us. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a big day for us. So we are officially expanding out nearly nationwide with Target. We are rolling out 4 new SKUs with Target. So we'll have a total of eight products with them nearly nationwide. And also kind of announcing at the same time that we wrapped up our raise. We, in like less than 90 days, we raised $2.4 million and, got a really valuation, found some really good strategic investors, and man, we've got a war chest of capital and a great retail partner and a bunch of new products, and today we're announcing it all. So it's a big day for us over here.
That's
incredible,
man. Incredible.
Chris, that deserves a sound effect.
Oh, it does. That deserves one of these. It also deserves one of these, because there's a lot of these coming. And then I think it deserves one of these, maybe a little boom action, maybe an eagle to celebrate, on the back of America 250 and the scaling of Glimmr everywhere. That's incredible, Colin. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'm going to have to get you guys both some Glimmr to put on your shelves back there.
On the Wall of Fame. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we need it for the Wall of Fame. And especially if my hair gets any longer, I think that I'm going to have to start investing in a little prestigious hair care.
You got to put it a little bit everywhere,
So Colin, I mean, raising that much in that short of a period, I mean, that's significant, bro. And now you guys have a war chest to expand as you are doing more SKUs inside of Target, and I would imagine more places to come. Man, this is I would think going to equip you for this next stage of growth here with Glimmr.
Yeah, man. I think one of the last times I was on here, I told you guys about, all of the brands that are onboarding, all of the D2C brands that are onboarding with Target, how I think that Target's going to be a legitimate competitor to Amazon, that they are kind of going a different direction than Walmart. And really what I think is going to happen is that, yeah, my internet's terrible. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Guys. Keep going, bro. Keep going. Rock and roll.
The problem or the big opportunity at Target is that all of these D2C brands are onboarding the Target very quickly. You saw Magna. I think you guys had Primal Queen on here. I mean, there's I won't go through the entire list, but there's so many different digitally native brands rolling out at Target, and their last earnings was significantly better. They started in a really rough patch, but these are the brands that are performing the best in like every category, and you can build like a $50 to $100 million a year brand just inside of the 4 walls of Target. And so it's a great opportunity. And one of our other investors, so one of the 2 major checks that we took is actually from a gentleman who founded one of the largest beauty distributors in the United States. So they have like 50,000 doors. And wow, it's so we're now set up to like, I have to like actively try to fuck this up is basically where I'm at. Like, we have incredible products. We've reached product market fit. We've got capital. We have a great direct consumer business. Target's our partner right now, and in the future, when we're ready, we have access to tens of thousands of doors through, the relation of my new investor. And so, it's a really exciting time, man. Again, like, I've been doing this for the last, 10 years, not Glimmr in particularly, but the last 10 years. And so it's really exciting times.
Bricks and clicks, baby. Bricks
Let's go.
and clicks.
I love
man.
Colin, by the way. I love seeing another Colin crush it in the D2C universe. I love seeing that. Collins support Collins, okay? Collins always support other Collins. We love to see it. What product are you most excited about? What new product are you most excited about launching with this new capital?
Yeah, so today, and we're rolling out. I think it should actually be going live in about 3 minutes, like while I'm out here talking to you guys. So we're releasing 3 new products. The kind of the main new hero SKU is a bond serum. So Olaplex and K18 basically have like a duopoly on the bond serum market. It's a multi-billion-dollar a year category. Mainly moved through like salon professional establishments, but they've broken into like specialty beauty like Ulta, Sephora. And what I did was I hired a few different like consulting formulators and ended up developing some bond technology that I think is well, I'm very confident, and we'll see what the testing comes back as. But I think it's superior to both of those products. And we're launching with, again, one of the biggest, retail partners, in the US in Target. And so I think that, if you pair great marketing with a great product, and you can sell into a market that's someone else educated with billions of dollars of capital, I think it's a recipe for success. Like, you saw, the Grunz team took the beans market, right? And they just sold in a different format. Someone else had basically educated the market for years, and kind of prepped the market for a great direct consumer disruptor to come in and take advantage of that, right? And that's kind of how I see the bond serum category, right? You have a Unilever owned brand in K18. They're going to move really slow on direct to consumer. And you have Olaplex, which IPO'd and is now going, private. But they just, they don't have the direct consumer chops that we have. And so I hope to plan to have a Grunz type of outcome with the bond serum. And particularly,
baby,
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Called shot on the show. I love to hear that.
And I will say this. The last time, Colin, you were with us, or maybe it was 2 times ago, called shot fulfilled when you were talking about Target and all the things that are going to happen there and why you're bullish on them, and then many positive things coming out from there. Several called shots by you, sir.
Let's go.
And I'm excited about this called shot here with it's time for a Grunz-esque finale to come with this new bond serum. Is that what it's called?
Obviously it's
bond serum?
It's a bond building serum. Yeah, bond building serum. I think it's going to take time, right? Like we're probably won't reach the same timeline as Grunz, right? But it'll happen over time. I think that we've got a really good approach and strategy for kind of strategically taking, our market share from them in kind of strategic tranches or pockets, and eventually we'll end up at the salons, going toe to toe to them, going toe to toe with them. But our approach is going to be kind of the opposite. We're going to go mass retail and direct to consumer first, and I think it'll work out. Like, you have all of these, all of these people who, again, know what a bond serum is because K18 and Olaplex paid to teach them. And those are the people that I'm going to take from them, right? Straight from the internet.
Colin, I hope that you do, because my wife just keeps buying so much Olaplex. It's actually detrimental to my wallet at this point.
Hey,
it's actually detrimental.
I'm going to send you guys. I'll send some. I'd love to get your wife's feedback on it. Our approach to the science is like as good as it gets. So we developed something that we call triple pathway bond repair. So we actually repair bonds 3 ways. Olaplex and K18 only repair 1, and then we use like a special type of positively charged keratin that actually binds to all of the damaged spots on the hair strand are negatively charged just naturally. I don't know why. I can't explain on that. But then the positively charged keratin is kind of like magnetically drawn to it because the opposite sides of like magnets, attract. And so we use like a proprietary blend of positively charged keratin with some other proteins to kind of bind to the surface damage. So we take like an internal and an external approach, which I think is quite revolutionary. And so we'll see what happens in the market. But I think it's going to be a superior product. I do have one called shot to end us with.
Please.
So right now, the Glimmr TikTok shop, our existing TikTok shop, we had a previous one before that got taken down many years ago. I think it's less than 20,000 total purchases, like on the profile.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's say in 91 days, it'll be above 50,000. And
Wow.
So I'm going after it again. Time. We're going to make our second run on TikTok shop. I've got quite a plan for it. So we've I'm dropping a lot of capital and a lot of marketing strategy on TikTok shop. So I think we'll like double the size of our lifetime business on TikTok just in the next like 90 days. And I think I'll also say that we'll be in the top 3 in their category on TikTok.
Ooh, top 3.
Look, Colin, if you need me to do any TikTok dances to push this thing through the roof to hit 100K units, I can do it. Okay, just let me know. Let me know the units. Let me know what things you need me to hit.
Shirt off,
like Rocket Frost Buddy. I'll get it done. We'll hit 100K units.
I think so.
We'll say October 12th. October 12th. Is that a reminder? Let's see if
October 12th. We're going to do that. Producer Jack, make a note. Actually, we are formulating a board of all of our called shots.
We do have called shots. Yeah.
Colin McGuire has already come through, and methinks he's going to come through again. And then we're looking for this Groons-esque exit, and you are going to get it, big dog. Man, we appreciate you making the time to join us, and congratulations on an incredible beginning. And looking forward to see how this continues to play out, brother.
Sweet, dude. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Big congrats.
Huge.
Big congrats, man.
Huge. Amazing for our industry as well. You really do want to always see any consumer brands get capitally funded by institutional capital, because it's healthy for the actual quote unquote ecosystem. Yeah. It shows it's a viable investment option, and he's just going to run with this and just absolutely double, triple.
It's interesting too. I mean, like, he brought out about, one of his investors, like then thousands of doors, 50,000 doors of connections that they're connected to right now. They're only exclusively available in retail via Target, and what that could mean for them retail in the future as they continue to win there, rolling out the new products, doubling down on TikTok shop, by October, being top 3 in their category. Man, you start stacking all those things together. And then to me, the biggest piece is the unique product that they have, that they are bringing.
Proprietary blend. Yeah.
Proprietary blend that is better than the 2 big winners inside of their category. Yeah. Brother, this thing it's stacked up. It's a
double, triple exit. Done.
Double, triple.
Exit.
Which is my favorite kind of burger, but even a better exit. Moving forward to round out closing time, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Seguno. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. What's that mean? That means your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, it's all there where we already work and play every day. And it means you don't have to cede your trust to big email and its overinflated data. With Seguno, your Shopify data is your email data, which is why it's email 3.0. And a big reason why that was one of the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you, built for lean teams with big aspirations. Go and get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. Talk with Seguno. Tell them that Colin and I sent you. They'll give you a free trial. And if you tell them we sent you, they'll extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of the show. Now, a little watch and react here amidst closing time. Colin Doherty. This new software video launch, it's called Milius. It looks like Milu to me, but I believe it's called Milius. Was tweeted yesterday, the world's first creative canvas for agents. I think it was Matt Epstein who quoted this and said that his team spends more on Milius than they do on the rent for their office, which, if true, quite significant. Okay.
Because he lives in New York City, by the way, for context.
He lives in New York City.
Yeah.
This tweet here from Juwan says, if you're a creative not using AI, not good for you. Introducing Milius, the world's first creative canvas for agents. Here's how it works. I'd like to watch this sound on, and then we react afterward. Please play, Producer Jack.
Introducing Milius, the world's first creative canvas for agents. With just one prompt, you and your team can create videos, animations, statics, and much more. Let me show you how it works.
Let's say you're an e-commerce brand, and you need product photos, UGC videos, and hundreds of other assets every month. We'll start with product photography. Every week, our customers use Mel to generate entire product shoots, like this one, from just one prompt.
Every decision Mel makes is mapped out on a node-based canvas, making sure each rule we've set for our assets is followed, which eliminates AI slop completely. Milius allows you to orchestrate a swarm of agents on a single canvas that reads the intent behind each prompt and harnesses the best generative AI models like Seedance, Kling, Vio, and many more. Now let's say we want to make minor edits to our output style and create variations directly in Slack. We'll modify the headline in step 3 to bolder copy and step 6 to include a promo for our summer sale.
But there's an issue. In step 2, Milius hallucinated and used a font outside of your brand guidelines. Mel self-corrects and automatically changes the font. In just a few minutes, our product shoot is ready with characters and assets. And Mel is working on 3 other projects in the background with assets delivered straight to Slack and Claude.
Milius is the harness for your team to deploy agent swarms across your brand's entire creative stack. To celebrate this launch, we're giving away a mega spreadsheet of 1,000 editors trained on AI video generation for hire. This sheet has their rate, portfolio, and even an interview recording.
Wow.
Okay, I think the CTA here at the end is very unique because they've closed out this whole thing with saying, do you want this? Do you need this? Probably need some help getting it. I've got a massive database for you. I think it's a very creative CTA at the end. Like, do this thing. I'm going to give you all of these players who can use our product and help you put this into place right away. I actually think the CTA is quite unique.
Yeah, I like the idea of a value add CTA where you get something in return, like swipe files or great landing page, XYZ, just something to give back instead of just like, hey, sign up for the product here. It's also a great way to get data. So if you need to get emails, phone numbers, all of the above to then follow up with these people, close them in the long term. But this is super interesting. I love the fact that they're using nodes, and I love the fact that they're also showcasing to make sure that the hallucinations aren't happening. They're showcasing each of the prompts on each step, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I essentially this looks like, it's like you're going to be the creative director of sorts. We're going to be the harness and put these agents to work, and they're going to keep working and keep moving for you. And then the piece I think that's interesting is like, we're going to fix the hallucinations as they happen. You stack all that together, I find it interesting, compelling. I mean, I would like to test it when I see like a swarm of agents doing something on my behalf and cutting out hallucinations. I find it interesting. And especially relevant. I find it interesting here that they didn't just like push this into the tech world. They actually focused on e-commerce, which, one would think they can operate inside of a number of categories for this creativity. I'm looking at it right now at their website. It says filmmaking, it's fashion, branding, e-com, etc. I find it interesting. I'd like to test it out. I think it says start for free. I'd like to.
Let's do it.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Moving forward to our moment of zen as we round out the show, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about Rocked After Sale. Most D2C brands are obsessed about getting their next net new customer, as they should be, but the real lever is making more profit from the orders you're already getting. If you're getting 5,000 orders a month, you can sprinkle in an extra $3 to $4 on each one of those without touching your ads. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. That is what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life are doing with Rocked After Sale every day, adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page, and then stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents per order just by showing premium offers from brands like Disney Plus and Venmo and HelloFresh, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on your LTV, and you can be live in minutes. Go to aftersale.com/offers. Get rolling with them today. It is a no-brainer, and it does feel like free money. Many thanks for Rock After Sale being part of the show. Last, for a moment of zen, Colin Doherty. A little advice, a little biology here sewn in as well. Constant complaining can train your brain to notice more negativity. Major life hack from Aether says, don't complain ever. Nobody likes a complainer. You drain the energy of everyone around them. Exhausting, spending time around someone who constantly complains about things outside your control. If it's within your control, go do something about it. If it's not, you're just wasting your energy thinking about it. Complaining gives too much power to the thing. Take that power back as we pause and consider words of wisdom as we close out the show today. Colin Doherty.
Yeah, definitely watch out for guys like this. This whole the world is happening to me kind of guys. You got to cut those people way out of your life. Life is way too short. And you just got to rock and roll. Don't ever complain. Just keep on going, and the tides will turn for you. I promise.
Internal locus of control. Many thanks to Chase Mohseni of CreativeOS, Ryan Beltran of Original Grain, Abdu, Shodmonov of Primal Queen, and Colin McGuire of Glimmr for joining us today. Many thanks to Slash, Rich Panel Intelligence, Northbeam, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked After Sale, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, Ty, and Trend Track for making this show possible. Thank you for joining us. We will be here tomorrow, and we'll see you on the other side.